Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the final summer show of 2019. I'm student meteorologist Michael Otten. Yeah, and we do have a lot of cloud cover over Tallahassee currently. Had a lot of shower activity over the region just because there's a little bit more moisture in our area compared to the last few days. And now over the next 24 hours, that shower and thunderstorm activity will die off with the daytime heating. We'll have a little bit of shower activity in the morning, but then once the daytime heating returns tomorrow afternoon, a little bit more coverage compared to the last few days once again. So a good thing, the rain is coming back here in North Florida. Now for tonight, the rain chances will drop to around 30%, and those temperatures will gradually cool down to the mid-70s with a mix of those of skies and clouds. And for the 3-day forecast, it shows you how those rain chances do return with that increase in moisture we've had over the last few days, around a 50 to 60% chance in terms of rain chances, and the temperatures are going to be pretty much where they should be for this time of year. And finally, there are your headlines where we're going to talk about the tropics, and we're finally going to enter into this wet pattern and the sea breeze. We're going to talk about that as well. Let's send off to Zach with the southeast.
Looking at our big national picture right here, what's controlling the southeast is actually this stationary front right here sitting a little bit south of the Nashville area, and that's going to bring a lot of rain to the Tennessee, upper Georgia, upper Alabama area. And we also do have a upper level low that's hanging out in the Gulf, and that's controlling a little bit of our weather here in Florida. And for our current temperatures, we're seeing 90s and 80s for most of the region. We're only sitting at 80 in Tallahassee, pretty cloudy because we do have some storms to our east and west. No storms in the area right now, and Atlanta's also seeing some showers, 86 degrees there as well. And so here's the satellite picture. We can see a lot of rain down in South Florida, and that is due to the Invest 95L. It didn't develop into any storm, nothing severe, but it is bringing a lot of rain to the region, and we do have a little bit of rain in the Tallahassee area due to this upper level low that's in the Gulf. And then all this rain in the Atlanta area, that is all due to that stationary front that's a little bit south of that Nashville area, and that's sort of stalling out there. So our water vapor, we can see this counterclockwise flow of where this upper level low is here. We can also see a lot of moisture down to the south around Miami, and that's where that Invest 95L is sort of hanging around, but again, nothing too severe there as it did not develop into severe storm, just a lot of rain. And our dew points, still sitting fairly comfortable compared to what we're normally seeing. 71 here in Tallahassee, 69 in Montgomery, and really cool up in Nashville, 65. So we're feeling pretty comfortable for the start of August especially. Normally we see feels like temperatures in the hundreds, but with these dew points, we don't really expect to feel as hot. And as we can see here, we can see that we're feeling like 80, or well, actual temperatures 80. We do have a lot of cloud cover. Nashville, where they have that really cool dew point, they're only seeing a 2-degree difference of what it feels like and what the air temperature actually is there. The next 36 hours, we can see a lot of rain for the peninsula, and we can start to see that sort of build up. And just a rainy few days over the southeast, and we'll get to see that. We have some rain expected over the weekend in our 7-day here in Tallahassee. And we do have a lot of that moisture sort of building up here over the next few days as a result of that tropical invest. And that's going to sort of stick around, and it's going to be raining there. And we're going to be expecting almost a ½ inch of rain over the next few days here in Tallahassee. Let's pass things off to Michael.
Well, actually, Tyler here with our local forecast. A lot of Florida has experienced a lot of rain today from Invest 95L. Here in Tallahassee, we've experienced some cloudy conditions and from some scattered showers, but not quite the widespread rain that we saw everywhere else in Florida. For today, our high was 94, almost exactly our average. Our low of 72 was right on average. And the record of 102 and 64, we're pretty far off from those conditions. Fairly comfortable day, especially right now. We're sitting at 80 degrees in Tallahassee. That's because we've had those cloudy conditions help keep the temperatures down. The dew point of 71 is bringing our heat index up to 84, so it feels like 84 degrees outside right now, but that's not too bad considering we were in the 90s yesterday. Looking at the rest of the Big Bend region, our hot spot is St. Mark's at 90 degrees right now, Tallahassee once again at 80, but really pretty much the entire Big Bend region is feeling great right now. Maybe not exactly a beautiful day outside, but these cloudy conditions are bringing a lot more comfortable temperatures, and I'll take that any day of the week over getting close to 100 really. Mariana is at 93 degrees. They're the hottest spot right now. Carabel all the way down to 78. For our local dew points, some muggy conditions. We have the upper level low bringing us a lot of moisture, sea breeze bringing a lot of moisture as well. Mariana getting to a dew point of 69 degrees, but here in Tallahassee we're at 71. Carabel at 77 degrees for the dew point. So these dew points are bringing some slightly muggy conditions, but still very comfortable for the most part. We can see most of our rain is situated to our east here, over moving towards Lake City right now. And then we also had some showers move through our south. Didn't quite get into Tallahassee, but brought us a lot of cloud coverage. And then moving more westward, just some scattered showers in the panhandle. Our satellite and radar shows these clouds in the sky. The infrared, GOES 16 infrared. This red color shows that these clouds are a little bit cooler, and then as we get into the green color, it's starting to warm up a little bit, and then the blue and purple are the warmest clouds. We see here in Tallahassee some cloud coverage, but the most cloud coverage is concentrated in central Florida. Our RPM forecast shows that this rain is going to start picking up as we go through Friday into Saturday, expecting a rainier weekend. Of course, Saturday at 6 a.m., we're not going to see much rain here in Tallahassee, just some cloud coverage to our east, but besides that, pretty great morning. For tomorrow, our day planner going to get all the way up to 89 degrees with a heat index of 97. So still a fairly comfortable day, but those rain chances hitting 60%, you're going to have to watch out for those storms in the middle of the day. But looking at our week ahead, going to keep those rain chances up in the afternoon hours for the weekend. And then as we get into next week, going to stay in the lower to mid 90s, and those rain chances are going to be around all day long. I'm going to pass things off to Michael, and he's going to give us a deeper look into our tropics.
Yeah, and since today marks the 1st of August, we're starting to get into the meat of hurricane season here. August is when that activity really starts, and a majority of our hurricane activity happens between August and the beginning of October, with the peak happening at September 10th. You can see right there. Now, we do have a lot of activity in the tropics, especially in the eastern Pacific. We have Eric and Flossie out there, and then in the Atlantic, we have the two invest system, 95L near Florida and then 96L out towards the main development region. But we're going to show you Eric and Flossie first in the eastern Pacific first. Eric's actually in the central Pacific and moving towards Hawaii, but luckily, again, it's going to move south of Hawaii. They will get some fringe impacts in terms of higher surf and some rainy conditions, but not major impact from Eric, fortunately. There you go with the track. It's going to stay south of Hawaii and weaken into a remnant low as we go into early next week. Now with Flossie, this has been really having trouble strengthening, and it's because it's over slightly cooler waters, and it's going to remain a tropical storm for its entire lifetime, and then make that turn off towards the north as it gets towards Hawaii. So it gets to Hawaii, and then it makes that turn towards the north. Luckily, not impacting Hawaii according to the current track. Now, Eric, it has that warmer waters unlike Flossie. But you're thinking, why is Eric weakening as well? It's because there's a lot of wind shear. The pinks represent that very high wind shear. Both of these storm systems are going to impact that higher wind shear, and that will eventually weaken both Eric first and then Flossie later in the week next week. Now, out towards the Atlantic, we do have Invest 96L. You can see, but there's not a lot of thunderstorm activity, and the reason why, a lot of shear and a lot of dry air. A lot of this orange represents dry air, and that's limiting the thunderstorm growth for 96L. But as we go into the weekend, that drier air will start to mix out, and the environmental conditions will become more favorable. And for that reason, the National Weather Service does show you we do have a 70% chance of this becoming into a tropical depression or a named storm. And if it does become a name, it will become Chantal over the next 5 days. And it's generally going to move off towards the north and the west and impact the Caribbean islands, first the Leeward Islands, and then Puerto Rico and the Dominican Republic and Haiti. Now in August, this is when we start to look not only in the Gulf like we did in June and July, we also look at the Caribbean even more. But in addition, you saw with 96L, we also do look out well into the Atlantic, out towards Africa as well, because that's that main development region area where those waves do come and develop into those major hurricanes if they have the right environmental conditions. Now, don't forget, 96L is a good reminder to remember to check your hurricane supplies list. 1 gallon of water per day per person for those 3 days, and don't forget the non-perishable food as well. Let's get to the big event of the summer. What is the sea breeze?
Look, Michael, we've had 40 shows. This is the 40th show this summer. We've had 181 sea breezes just before I've said this. So we've had a lot of sea breezes.
Yeah, we've had a lot of sea breezes. So we figured, how about we finally explain
Right.
what a sea breeze is. So basically what happens is the sun warms up the land and the ocean, but the ocean doesn't heat up quite as fast because it has a higher heat capacity.
Right, and we have this graphic to show you if our graphic system is working. As you see, the sun starts to rise and you have the heating of both the ocean and the land, but as the day goes on, you start to heat up them and you have a temperature difference. You see about 93 degrees on the land and 83 degrees in the ocean.
And so what happens when we have this temperature difference is that we develop a high pressure system in the ocean and then a low pressure system over the land, and that's how our sea breeze starts to develop.
Right, this generates a circulation as wind goes from high to low pressure, and you can see this right here. And you see the sea breeze kind of with the high and low at the surface, and you get this moist, cool air that moves across.
Yep, and then as we just keep moving through the sea breeze, going to bring a lot of rain to those areas over land, as well as the cooler air starts to bring in more moisture towards the land.
Right, and it hits that other low pressure system. You see the other part of the circulation rises that moisture, condenses, and that's how you get those sea breeze showers and thunderstorms we all talk about. But right now we're going to actually show a special compilation of a lot of sea breezes we've said over the summer, so just take a look, folks.
Sea breeze, sea breeze, sea breeze,
Sea breeze, sea breeze,
Sea breeze, sea breeze, sea breeze, sea breeze,
Seacoast showers.
sea breeze, sea breeze,
sea breeze, sea breeze, sea breeze, sea breeze, sea breeze, sea breeze, sea breeze, sea breeze, sea breeze,
sea breeze, sea breeze, sea breeze,
sea breeze,
Sea breeze.
sea breeze, sea breeze, sea breeze, sea breeze, sea breeze, the Atlantic sea breeze, sea breeze, sea breeze, sea breeze, sea breeze, sea breeze,
Sea breeze. Sea breeze.
sea breeze, sea breeze, sea breeze, sea breeze, sea breeze, sea breeze, sea breeze,
Sea breeze front sea breeze circulation. Sea breeze boundary. Strong Atlantic sea breeze.
sea breeze, 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 sea breeze,
Sea breeze.
sea breeze, sea breeze, sea breeze,
sea breeze, sea breeze,
sea breeze, sea breeze.
our south. But first, before we talk about that, we're gonna look at our temperatures, and we can see that around the 2 o'clock hour we actually started to decrease in temperatures a little bit, and that's because we started to get some cloud cover. It's a little bit unusual to see the temperatures decrease around the 2 o'clock hour because we're getting to our peak of our day, and they like to sort of increase to about 4 o'clock. But as that cloud cover came in, we saw it go down, and now we're looking at temperatures in the 80s actually right now around 6 o'clock here. And we are in a little bit of a dry spell right now. We haven't had too much rain, but that's going to come to an end over this weekend. We do have a lot of rain in the forecast. Nothing too severe and not really a washout, but just some typical afternoon pattern for the weekend. And our local temperatures, we're seeing 80 degrees here in Tallahassee because of that cloud cover, but they're not really seeing those clouds over by the coast, so they're seeing almost 90 degrees down in St. Mark's, 93 in Mariana as well. So we're seeing the air temperature is 80 degrees. We're feeling like 84, and we do have that cloud cover. Not too bad of a dew point, so that's why we're only seeing a 4-degree difference in the fields. Like we typically see a lot more. Like, for example, Summertro, they're seeing a 10-degree difference. They're still feeling in the hundreds right now. Actual temperature is 91 there. And our wind speeds, nothing much to talk about. We see a little bit of breezy stuff. There are some storms over in the Perry area, so they're seeing 12-mile-per-hour winds there. But for the most part, we're seeing 6 in Tallahassee, so a little bit lower end everywhere else. So down to the south, here is that little bit of sea breeze activity we do have. Not too much to talk about here in Tallahassee, mainly a lot of cloud cover. The big picture, we're seeing those storms over in the Perry area, Lake City, Gainesville, a little bit of lightning there. So if you are in that area, you might want to take shelter from that lightning. And our overall southeast picture, we do see a lot of rain for Florida. We do have that tropical Invest 95L, and nothing severe down there, but we do see a lot of shower activity to our south, and we do see a little bit of shower activity up here in northern Atlanta due to that stalled front that we talked about in our southeast segment. And our next 48 hours, we can expect the rain sort of continue our daily afternoon routine. We can expect showers to sort of build up in the afternoon and die off early in the evening hours, as we typically see in the July to August months. And for our rain forecast, we are going to expect to see some rain, so we're going to be seeing about 1 inch of rain around Tallahassee, a little bit more down towards the coast because of those sea breeze showers, an inch and a quarter there. But for the most part, nothing too severe, not too much of flooding concerns. And looking at our week ahead, nothing to talk about a washout, just our typical afternoon pattern, 60% chance of rain through the weekend, and then we're going to be seeing 50%, and maybe by Thursday we might start to dry out. Thanks for watching our last summer show.